Hi, I'm Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Descent. I have only one co-commentator today, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Ephatha.
And, yep, we're still on the Saturn system here, and our new bot of the mission is the Gopher, also known as the Mine Layers.
It's great fun in tight corridors, isn't it?
Yep. And as you can see, this first room decides to start right off with a bang by lots of medium hulks and a couple of the gophers that you can see there in the background.
At least they introduce it to you early.
Yeah. And, chasing down these guys because they decide to fire off mines is always a fun thing. There's not really a lot to say about this particular level when you get down to it. It's got some interesting geometry to it once I actually get around to showing it off. But, Ephatha, you've been watching these videos, I'm assuming, and you haven't actually talked in a while. What have your thoughts been about the game so far?
It's been a bit of a refresher because I have played this a long time ago, so I've forgotten a lot of the gimmicks of the later levels. Later from our perspective anyway. And yeah, especially I think it was mission 13 where you had that very tight claustrophobic environment. Makes it very difficult to deal with multiple enemies. So
all the levels have their, tight claustrophobic levels, and oh my god, there's a lot of gophers here. Die.
Doing well to keep firing and clearing out the mines.
Yep. This is one of the nice things about the... goddamn drillers. This is one of the nice things I like about the Vulcan Cannon, is that the Vulcan Cannon is actually a really excellent minesweeper. Because, it's a hit scan weapon pretty much, and the mine is rarely large enough to be so big that the cone of fire from the Vulcan Cannon can't hit it all.
Good to see your death out of the way early.
Hey, I've still got 11 lives, so it's not that big.
Yeah, it's a tool that you got to use.
Okay, I admit using the fusion guns in these situations, not the best of choice. The hitbox on those is just way too big.
Especially when you're trying to aim in a tight area, the knockback isn't helping.
But homing missiles make short work of Vulcan cannons, or of Vulcan drillers, as they usually do. So many gophers, and plasma throwers, and homing missiles being drawn towards mines. So, yeah, that's apparently a thing, because I don't remember if you've seen the comment about, trying to deal with homing missile throwers in the past, but as you may have noticed, that guy just dropped a mine in the path of my homing missile, and the homing missile went straight for it, and this should work both ways.
Is it something you've ever pulled off?
This game is not friendly towards, having the opportunity to properly run away from homing missile guys. I mean, I was able to do it back in level 10, I think it was, because there was the large setup of the huge room with the one homing missile thrower at the far end that you could run away from, but other than that... Oh, shut up, driller, I'm trying to talk here. But, yeah, it's something that it should be able to work. I mean, at the very least, it becomes an object that the homing missile can hit if it's chasing you, but 95% of the time, you're facing the homing missile guys when they're firing at you, and mines drop out behind you. There's no real response to it.
Yeah, got to really be trying to use it, moving sideways or something.
Ducking around sharp corners and whatnot.
Things I just noticed then, I think it showed off in the previous video, was as you fire through doors, the animation freezes. So you could see it was partially closed. Really nice little touch.
Yep. Well, actually, as I'm playing ahead, I just finished recording level 21, and you actually have to use that in order to gain access to the level's reactor.
Oh, right.
Because the reactor room likes to, the doors to the reactor like to close off very quickly, but with you basically need to keep firing in order to sorry, I'm just seeing 1 health there. But yeah, the doors to the reactor room like to close off, and you need to keep firing to keep them open, or else you have to reset the doors a few times.
Yeah.
Trust me, it was painful during my practice runs.
It's a mechanic they make good use of.
And hey, at least I regained that latest life lost. I'm still at 11 lives.
You haven't actually dropped anything since you started. Which is good.
No? Well, I mean, I'm in the end game now. Life conservation is a thing, and also, I practice these levels a lot. I do a lot. I mean, sure, I don't splice together different runs, because people who've been paying attention to my score will see that. But it's just a case of, the best response to Vulcan Driller's invulnerability power-up. But yeah, it's just a case of, I do make one consistent run across levels, but, yeah, here's the real reason for that invulnerability power-up. 3 homing missile throwers in a row.
And a couple of cloaked enemies for good measure.
Yep. Oh, shut up, you. Stop firing at me. I have better things to do with my time. Man, I can't believe I actually managed to go through all of my homing missiles so far, and I have to restock from scratch.
Well, if you've got them, you might as well use them. It's better than wasting pickups.
True. I mean, the only ones I really tend to conserve are the mega missiles, and sometimes the smart missiles, because they're just so useful in general.
Yeah. It's a problem I've had in a lot of games where you get a relatively rare pickup, you don't want to use it.
Yeah, it's a common problem. And cloaked enemies in this room. Because, of course, cloaked enemies in this room.
At least you can just barely pick them out.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There's a cloaker. Now, you can't see it, but there's actually an enemy spawner up and behind me there in the roof of this room, so I have to be careful of that on the way out. And...
another Vulcan.
Yep.
Ah, right, you can just barely see it.
Yep. But now, here's the thing, I have the cloaking device, but in this little area there's 4 side rooms, each of them with different enemy layouts and power-ups at the end, and I'm just trying to maximize my cloak usage here. Which says nothing when I'm down to 9 shields. Sorry, back up to 21 now.
That's a strategy of preservation.
Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of homing missile guys in there, and I'm not feeling it. If I had a cloaking device, I might want to try, but I don't want to use the one back there already. And you know what? Screw it. I was mentioning saving mega missiles. This room has 4 Vulcan drillers in it.
I'm surprised you could get
Screw
so far
saving
out.
them. But... and one last one just to wait for it. There we go, I'm clear. But I'm not going to argue with a free life up. And finally, down here... Oh, just some plasma guys. You know what? Reward's not worth it. I don't need to go down there. I don't think I need to go down there.
Pick up this.
Why am I grabbing this cloaking device?
I guess you're not planning on coming back in this area again?
No. There we go. Yeah, that was what I was planning on the cloak for, just to get out of that room without triggering the enemies.
I think one of your commenters talked about this in level 12, that when enemies appear from a spawner, they actually have an animation of them getting built, which is a very nice touch as well.
Yeah, that is true. And especially noticed one of the, I think it was level 20 I made the recording on, where I'm actually catching a cloaked enemy being built, and there's a placeholder skin for them that's this weird off green that is applied to the model before they finish getting built, which was kind of funny in its own way.
Yeah, especially that colour choice. Having a chroma.
Yeah. No, don't ask me how many practice runs I had to make before I accidentally found that particular secret little room there.
Certainly looked intentional in this one.
Hold on a second here. Yeah. I just realized, hey, I've got unlimited energy now. I can fire my weapons without, concern for energy conservation. Out comes the plasma one.
Don't have to worry about bouncing off walls either.
Nope. So it turns out that, technically, I was doing some, research, whatnot, for future videos, and, technically, it seems like the smart missile technically, works as a bounce because you have to fire it off and it'll bounce off the walls to hit the enemy. It'll hit the wall, sorry, and then explode into the plasma shots to track down the enemy. But apparently in Descent 3, there's an actual proper bouncing gun, and I don't remember it. So I'm going to have to go back to that at some point.
You're planning on doing Descent 3 as one of your next LPs?
The idea at this point is Descent, Descent 2, Descent 3, Descent Mercenaries, and probably Overload after all that is done. And this is me getting distracted by the plasma thrower long enough to forget why I'm back here. Because if I had turned around, I would have been able to pick up the red key, which is down and to the left. Go back for the red key past John. Go back for the red key past John.
I'm sure we get it eventually.
Yep. I gotta say though, this particular room being all these little tight cubes makes corner shooting very, very interesting.
Yeah, you certainly need to have a good command of how you move around. It's one of the things I've been struggling with in Overload.
Well, I mean, Overload is made by the same guys, so, a lot of the things show up again.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you get out of practice and then you got to learn all the muscle memory because movement's very different to most other games.
Yeah, and that's me going, wait, I'm forgetting something. Looking at the map, and then I see in the left-hand side there a section of corridor that I didn't go down, and I realized, crap, I forgot the red key.
I gather you hadn't actually exposed it, though, because it normally shows up as a red ball on the map, doesn't it?
Yes, but as you said, I haven't exposed it yet, so I never actually had line of sight with the key, so it doesn't show up. But this is why you practice, and there it is.
Just checking for more secrets.
No. I didn't want to come back here for the homing missile, but it comes in a pack of 4. And I figured, you know what? I'm just going to fire off a homing missile at random and then pick up 4 to get back to 10 properly, rather than having 7, pick up 4, and lose 1. But I talked about interesting geometry, and I want to point out this level here, how it's got this... How do I describe it? This diamond-shaped area that's I've been going through up and around and below to get around with. And I mean, it's one of those things that this game can do that a lot of other first-person shooters can't, is basically turn around and have such weird geometry in it.
Yeah.
Ow.
Thank you. In the last video, someone was talking about the hypercube or panteract level.
Yeah, that's one of the things Speedball likes to, talk about it being awesome. And honestly, it was awesome. Just, haven't found it yet. Making it work. Alright, let's see here. Reactor room, exit. Wow, that's actually going to be a short run. I don't think I'll need all 45 seconds.
Seems like it might be a trap.
No, well, sometimes, Oh, hey, I thought I cut all those game save... never. I'll leave that one in. But, sometimes it's just a case of, the video being... the point of the level is getting to the reactor, not the getting out part.
Yeah.
But, easiest exit ever. Oh, well, thank you, Efafada, for joining me today.
You're welcome.
Yep, and leaving the mine upside down, because why not? And I'll see you guys all next time.